Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain, and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about something that has a few different meanings, or a couple of different meanings, and they stand up for different things, and it's something that I get the people talk about an awful lot, and especially when they're seeking it. And as a result, I thought I'd address it, and that thing is respect. And so, just a quick thing: the two varying definitions, the two things that people mean when they say that. One is the due regard for the feelings, wishes, and rights of others, which, in other words, is just being polite. And that's more, I feel, for the purposes of this discussion, that we will call that being civil or being polite, and not respect. Because the kind of respect that I want to discuss right now is the kind of respect that has to be earned, the kind of respect that is a currency, almost. And the more defined way of saying that is that this respect is the admiration for someone or something elicited by abilities, skills, qualities, achievements, and so on. And as a result, this is the thing, especially when I'm talking to or have talked to new members of management, talking to people taking on leadership roles in projects, people who are working in an office and have a job to do, but get walked over a lot of the time, and those kind of individuals, people who are starting a new course and who aren't being listened to by their peers, maybe even. I've had at least one person bring that up to me, and as a result, this area of respect is a tough one, because, as I said, it's a currency, and every different person has a different price. So, how am I going to explain this? I'm going to explain this in regards to coins, in regards to money, because this is the way that it seems to get across to people best. So, if you have a set of things that you have in regards to the things that you've come to do, and you need people around you to appreciate those things and work with you on them, one of the easiest ways to get that to happen is if there is a respect between you, to one extent or another. And let's talk about this specifically from the person trying to gain respect, actively gain respect. You cannot demand it, first off. Your actions, your abilities, your achievements, the things that you do and say, they will demand respect for you. If you have to try and demand respect purely by saying it, purely by making a point of you will be respected, then those individuals will not get respected. It's very much a case of if you're not letting your actions and words and achievements and things like that do it for you, and you are trying to do it for yourself purely by making active demands of people for respect, all you're doing is interrupting your own allies, your own words, actions, and achievements from doing it for you. That's like trying to give someone a job to do and then actively getting in their way. You can't let that happen, because all it does is cause problems, and it means that things don't get achieved. So how do you gain respect? Well, it depends very much on the area you're in, the things that you're doing, but things like saying things and following through on them, that will gain you the currency of respect, and it will allow, and as a result, through doing those things, that currency will get, firstly, attached to you, and then will be passed from you to the people around you. And as said, everyone has a different price. Some people will instantly respect you because you have come in and you seem to know what you're doing, or because they have seen you do something, or they have seen you treat someone well, or they have seen they are aware of something that you have done in the past, in which case those people potentially have quite a low price in regards to their effective level required, a level of currency required for their respect to be a thing. However, there are always going to be those people that will be much, much harder to earn the respect of. And to be fair, there may very well be good reasons for that. I would say that it is better to be civil and reasonable with people than it is to respect them, because there are many people who I do not respect, but I would still be as kind and as nice and as reasonable and willing to discuss things with them in a civil and polite manner, as I would with anybody. You know, you'd have to push me to a fair extreme before I actually decided to not just remove myself from the situation, but actively be impolite in one way or another. And as a result, though, one of the ways that I personally would like to think I earned the respect of my teams when I was working with teams was I would say things and I would do them. I would be reasonable and I would listen and I would discuss things. I wouldn't just fly off the handle at people. And as a result, seeing me just being reasonable, just working towards the goal, working towards what I was doing and trying to keep up with the things that I had said, which, granted, sometimes due to human error, due to other circumstances, I didn't always manage to meet up with, but people, if they, you know, when they were aware of what I was trying to do, when I'd communicated it well, when they could see that I was trying, they would appreciate that, and they would, as a result, that would earn me the currency of respect that would then be passed on to them. And in a lot of instances, people will only need a small amount of seeing that to at least begin to respect you. And then you can solidify that by just keeping on, be consistent, and there's a steady stream. There's no need to try and force things, there's no need to be aggressive with it. You know, demanding respect. In one of the last positions that I did working for a big company, I went into a very well established team, and there were a few new people that came in, but most of the team was much better established. They were much older than me in certain instances, and yet I was able to come in, discuss things, talk, establish the fact that the job comes over any of the messing around and the silly stuff. And as a result, people seem to quite enjoy working with me. They seem to quite enjoy coming onto shift and getting the job done with me, because it was easier to work with me, just being part of the team, working with people, talking things out and getting things going, than it was with some of the others who made snap decisions, who actively chose favourites, who were inconsistent, who were particularly negative towards certain things, and who complained about small things that didn't really matter. And as a result, the one thing that I would say to people who are looking to gain the respect of those around them is choose what you are doing and then be consistent with it, because that way either people will respect you for doing it and for sticking to your guns, or they will gravitate away from you if it's not something that they're interested in. And I'm sure I'll do another video on the kind of people coming in and out of your lives at a later date, but it's a case of choose your goal, choose your pattern, and be specific in it, communicate it to an extent, and then just be consistent and working towards it. Keep going. Some of the stuff that I've had happen to me along the way whilst I've been trying to get myself set up as a coach, whilst I've been trying to set this channel up and do these things for you because of the various things that I've encountered. You know, it's a case of when I've hit those stumbling blocks, I've then I've continued to work towards it. It's been a consistent thing, and even if it's been slow progress, even if it's been really hard for me at times to do that, because I've self-doubt has crept in or at one point or another, you know, those times are when it's most important to keep going. And as a result, I'd like to think that the people who have been very positive towards me so far, that I'm very thankful for, the people that have supported me that I'm even more thankful for, I'd like to think that as a result those people have come to respect me and respect what I'm doing and so on, because even if it's small progress, even if it's inch by inch that I'm climbing my own mountain, they can see that I'm doing it and they can respect me for trying. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. Have you ever been in these situations that I'm talking about, and what did you do to gain the respect of the people around you? I'm interested to know. It's an interesting discussion. It's one that I feel could help some people, especially those moving their way into new jobs and stuff like that. But anyway, as said, if you find this at all interesting or useful, then please drop me a like. Otherwise, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Take care.